Hello and welcome to some more Train Simulator 2020 content, where today we're going to be going from Cologne to Dusseldorf with a BR143 electric engine on a regional train. Miserable day, rain and fog. Well, it's miserable outside my window at the moment. It's just had a thunderstorm go past me. Now I've got the horrible weather following suit. So we'll crack this one on. If you would like to help support the channel, you can do by donating to the PayPal link found down below. Any and all funds go immediately back into the channel to help better the content, not only from this, but for other projects I have in the pipeline. Additionally, if you have any route recommendations or trains you would like to see me drive, please do let me know and I shall see what I can do for you. This will be the first in multiple continental films coming out. So I'm going to pay particular attention to some of the German routes for this run. I'll also be buying some of the additional German routes you can get as well. So at some stage I will be driving the high-speed ICEs that Germany is famous for. At some stage I will also go back into America and do some American freight and passenger routes, and obviously eventually go back into Britain and do stuff on there. Also, because I've had requests in the past, I will look at getting some of the Japanese, Chinese routes going, as well as the Swiss. Wouldn't mind giving the Swiss routes a good looking over. Okay, it's rainy. Excuse me. It's a rainy and foggy day. Drive this regional train to Dusseldorf. Keep your attention and watch the signals. Okay, so here we are at Cologne. We've got the Doppelstock. We've got what, 1, 2, 3, about 5 cars. We'll open the door. The lights are already on. Interesting how it's raining through here. We've textures haven't completely loaded in, but there we go. So we are at Cologne, a rather empty Cologne. Excellent. So let's just hop into the cab and see what we've got to play with. As it stands, not a lot. Don't worry about that. Pantograph up and down, no. Headlights, sure, headlights were fully on anyway, but we'll just see if that does anything. Nope, that was the that was the wrong thing to press. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead in a bit. Right, how's that done? That's just completely turned them off. I should have just left them where they were, shouldn't I? Yeah, I think we're fine on that front. We haven't got anything to worry about. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. So, put those on. Just release them, lean out the window. Just going over the main bridge. In fact, I wonder if we're about to be able to see the cathedral. Oh yeah, there it is. The cathedral is right there. Right, is there anything else in here I really need to fiddle with? Or are we all good? I think we're okay. Okay, that's me not paying attention. Well, it's actually hard me paying attention. I need to just look at the ground signals. That's the That's the problem that we face at this stage in proceedings. It's coasting in. We're due in almost on time, so I can take that. Okay, so what have we actually got in here that you can play with? That's the wipers. Don't worry about that. That was open, close passenger doors. Don't worry about that, because that's all done automatically anyway. Don't think there's anything else in here I can play with. Don't worry about that. Interesting. Not too fussed about the sander. No, I think we're pretty much okay in everything that's going on in here. Is something I can do with that? Nope. Yeah, it's not actually too bad. As we'll give it full Monty. Interesting how the train sounds haven't actually appeared to have loaded, which I find interesting. I find that very surprising that the actual sounds of the train itself haven't loaded in, but there you go. Oh, really? You can they'll let you do 40 through there? Seems a bit abrupt for that, doesn't it? Good lord. I'll pass 1 of the yards. Plenty of rolling stock to be seen. I might as well shut that down, seems to be coming up to an 80 anyway. Have a bit of a play with it. Just a little bit more, that. Okay, a little bit less. It should be good. We'll turn to our down there. Cologne Mulheim. It's the next station stop. Shut that off. Plenty of graffiti. Was that SpongeBob there? Yes, it was. Actually do. It's not every day you see See SpongeBob painted on the side of a bridge, but there we are. It's been so long since I've driven one of these that I've forgotten what the brakes are like. Must be strange that there's very little in the way of audio, but each to their own, I suppose. Well, it's probably better if you sat inside the cab. You could probably hear a bit more stuff going on. Random woman sunk into the ground. So, nothing I can do with anything of that. What if? Doesn't appear to have made any difference, but there we go. The weather is a bit naff. Okay, we've got 8 and a bit kilometers to go, so it's about 5 miles. Next scenario I'll do, I'm gonna do a bit of recon beforehand and ensure that the audio actually works. You've got the audio for the rolling stock, just nothing for the engine. Oh, speeding quite badly there. I think how many times we're going to be done for speeding on this. To be a fair few, I think. There was one of the German routes that I did do in my own spare time a few months ago, and I'm pretty convinced the audio for that was actually okay. So I don't know, it may be a fault with the game for this particular loco, because certainly the AI train that passed us earlier with this loco, there was no engine noise from that either. But I know they have had some issues with their German rolling stock on this game, so it could be an audio related issue. It certainly makes sense if that would be the case. One of the original expresses. Yeah, it's definitely an audio issue with this loco, because you heard then of that German loco, then it was perfectly fine. I think that was a BR, might be a 181. There's certainly no audio with this loco. You can hear a bit of noise from the rolling stock. Last time I travelled on a German train was when I was in Berlin, and I took one of the double-decker trains, or the Doppelstock. I think from one of the U-Bahn stations, which then took me into Berlin Hauptbahnhof. It's only about 5 or so minutes, but the longest journey I took was, oddly enough, on a train very similar to this when I went from Dusseldorf to Cologne and back. Don't know if it was Doppelstock or if it was Regional Express. I think it may have been an Interregional Express that we took. Okay, Leverkusen Mitz is coming up in just over a mile. I could probably start slowing down about 1 kilometre to go now, how these brakes tend to work. Remember, I'm doing about what? 70 miles an hour? Interesting. Yeah, it's now just under 30 miles an hour, so definitely stopped way sooner than I would have initially. And yeah, we're running late, so we're doing the German network a disservice here. Mind you, in saying that, the German network, it does get a bad press. Everyone assumes that it runs bang on time. It's not always the case. The Swiss network is bang on. The German network, actually, they have a tendency to run a lot of their services late. It's not as sharp on as everybody's led to believe. I'm not really helping the cause there because I'm just crawling into the station at this stage. There we go. Over a minute late. I'll keep everybody happy. Is there anybody down there? Something up there. Okay, Dusseldorf is next in 16 kilometres. Position the camera completely perfectly there so I can just whoop, slop through. Probably knock my head here. Doing, there it is, and twang. Wait for it. Yeah, probably give myself a twang for that one as well. Very uphill, isn't it? Uphill, down dale. You would have thought they'd have had it as level as possible. I think the longest train journey I took in continental Europe was from Seville to Madrid. And we're hardly going to be breaking speed records on this run, I must admit. Sit here for a while. Not really a great deal else to do. I'm amazed at how slow we're actually running. So I'm amazed we've not been ferried onto the slower local lines in case there's another regional express behind us. A much faster regional express. So we're a signal or another train up there. I think that might be a signal. I don't know if you get any freight coming down here. I would like to see double stock wagons run on the UK network, but our infrastructure just isn't good enough. We'd have to have a look at well, actually, I'll tell you what, you probably could get away with not redesigning the platforms, but I don't know. I mean, the height-wise, yeah, you probably could get away with it. It'd be nice to see. You never know. One day. Another diesel shunters. Another local train there. And the sidings. So that'll be returning to Dusseldorf at some stage. Like we have another one coming down. We've got a local train just going out here. Six kilometers to go. Another downhill section. Feels like I'm in Switzerland more with this amount of changing of inclines and declines. Good to know that the weather is so incredibly pants. There's got a local train coming in at the same time. Going at breakneck speed as the local train comes in. Yeah, see that? That is what I drove last time. It was a variant of the 143, and that actually had sound, whereas this one, for whatever reason, doesn't appear to. Brakes, I forgot how good the brakes on these things were. Okay, you're not going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, let's be fair here. You're touching, what, 75, give or take? Which for a regional express isn't exactly very good. When you consider that most modern commuter trains nowadays are touching upwards of 100 plus. And express trains are doing 125 plus depending on where they are. So 75 odd miles an hour for a regional express is pretty shoddy. Some cargo wagons. One of their shunters. Army of lights up ahead. But basically we're on the outskirts of Dusseldorf now. Yep, you two look miserable. I've got one person up. I've got somebody up top. A couple of people there. Oh, you're reading the newspaper. Excellent. Do a bit of train surfing from here. Okay, Dusseldorf main station. Or Dusseldorf Hauptbahnhof. Really, it's how it should be, but there we are. Oh, look at that. As we leave, the little shunter comes down as well. Jolly good. Pop back into the hot seat. See if we pass any more yards. Due in on time. That's all subject to change though. Especially the way I operate. Because we've got one of the larger freight complexes. Plenty of traffic out today. That's better, that'll have a bit more oomph to it. Plus the loco actually sounds nice as well. The original train coming off over the flyover. Or local train, not regional. As I coast, it should drop. If not, I can always I can give it some persuasion. Persuasion may be needed. Okay, I wasn't aware that it was speed limit would plummet quite that significantly, but there we go. It's amazing what you do and don't get told on the HUD. And I know there's probably 1,000 different railway markers I should be looking at that would have given me more of a hint, but where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in looking at the railway markers when the HUD should give me all of the necessary info that I could possibly ever want? Oh, thought I could hear something. That's pretty cool. Right, well, the next German route I do, I'll try and actually do one where we've got some locomotive sound. Dusseldorf Hauptbahnhof. Actually got in early, which I find slightly surprising, but I'll take it. It's amazing how empty it is around here. It's not go up onto the higher areas. There's a soul to be seen. It's a bloody big station. Then comes the train that was behind us. There's the one that went underneath us. I'm either going mad or I just said something else. It can be done much better. You are late. Really? I was on time? Shut it. Poxy bleeding thing. What do you mean 4 out of 6? Picked up passengers at 4 out of 6. Yeah, alright. Sure. Well, that wasn't really what I wanted to have happen, but there we go. Right, so this is what we're going to do next time. There are a lot of visitors to Gamescom trade show in Cologne. They all want to go home now. You have to drive an extra regional train from Metz to Dusseldorf. Okay, that's fine. That's what I'll do next. And then I'll probably do an S6 from Dusseldorf to Cologne. I'll probably do that and all. So those will be the next ones that I do. Hopefully it'll actually be a little bit more exciting, because I found that one to be rather boring, to be fair. So I hope you guys did enjoy that. I won't hold it against you if you didn't. But yeah, those will be the next 2 scenarios that I do, and then I'll actually go into the store and I'll have a little play around and see what other routes I can grab. So until next time, I shall see you all later. Take care, guys. Goodbye.